Good morning. How to follow those two ladies. Anyway, my name is Paul Pozzo. I'm the chairman of Amyloidosis UK. I'd like to thank Rosalind and her team for organising this conference. I'm sure it's been lots of hard work. In fact, I know it has. Well, I'll tell you a bit about Amyloidosis UK to begin with. Amyloidosis UK is a charity that has been striving to make a difference in the lives of individuals affected by amyloidosis within the United Kingdom. It first began its journey in 2017 and later achieved the status of a registered charity in 2019. Initially known as UCATPA, the organisation underwent rebranding 2 years ago and adopted its current name, Amyloidosis UK. This transformation reflects the charity's commitment to addressing the needs of the amyloidosis community comprehensively. Amyloidosis UK is dedicated to covering all forms of amyloidosis, including AL, ATTR, AA, as well as other rare types of the disease. The mission of the organisation is clear and heartfelt: to create a supportive and inclusive community for everyone living with amyloidosis in the UK. This mission extends beyond patients to include carers who play an essential role in the journey of those affected by this disease. One of Amyloidosis UK primary goals is to increase awareness of the disease amongst patients, carers and healthcare professionals. To achieve this, the charity has launched a new informative website that serves as a valuable resource for patients and HCPs alike. This platform contains a wealth of information designed to educate and empower individuals, ensuring they have the knowledge and support they need. Amyloidosis UK works closely with the National Amyloidosis Centre, fostering collaboration to advance understanding and care for amyloidosis. In addition, the charity operates from its dedicated office in Farnham, providing a central hub for its activities and outreach efforts. Through its steadfast dedication, Amyloidosis UK continues to light the way for those affected by amyloidosis, offering hope, support and community to everyone it serves. Right, now I'm going to talk about me. I've got wild-type amyloidosis, so I'll just go through my journey, if you like, from when I was diagnosed. I'm 74 years old and diagnosed with wild-type amyloidosis in 2015. At that time, I ran my own hydraulic engineering company, employing about 30 people. I was a keen cyclist, and in 2012, at age 62, I completed the London to Paris bicycle ride. It was a big achievement for me, about 400 miles. About 10 years before that, I had carpal tunnel and trigger finger, which meant it was an early indicator of amyloidosis. In 2014, I was diagnosed with lung cancer. Touch wood, I got over that. And I thought that was it, that's the big thing out the way, but what happened next? That Christmas, my sister, who lives in America, invited us to stay for Christmas. Well, we went over there and her daughter arranged an open-top bus ride around Washington in December, and it was quite chilly, I've got to say. Anyway, Gillian and I got back to London in the early morning and stayed awake until about 8 o'clock that evening, as you do, to catch up with the jet lag. And every time I laid down, I couldn't breathe. I thought, this is weird. not right. She called her daughter, who's a nurse, and she said, you better phone 999. You could do in those days. They took me into hospital and they found 1.5 litres of fluid around my heart and lungs. Well, I thought it was something to do with the lung cancer, but no, it wasn't. A cardiologist came to see me in the morning after they drained this fluid away with a big syringe, which was very interesting. Anyway, she sat on my bed, she pulled the curtains around, sat on my bed. I said, "Oh, hello." She said, "Hello, I'm Dr. Blah." And she said, "I think you've got amyloidosis." I said, "Oh, that's good. What does that mean?" And then she went on and explained. And of course, she said, "I'll send you for tests." So I went home and Googled it, which wasn't a good thing to do. I thought, blimey, I've got about 6 months. Yes, I wish I hadn't done that. I had various tests, and in April ended up at the NAC, where it was confirmed I had senile type amyloid, which is not a good thing to tell you, which was later turned into wild type, thank God. But I remember Professor Gilmore saying, "This is what," and the leaflet they gave you was senile. Oh dear. There were no drugs available at the time, so I was given the standard heart failure drugs, which improved a little bit. And they said at the NAC, "You're not bad enough yet," so that's good. We went on holiday that year, because it was already booked, on a boating holiday on the Canal du Midi, with lots of locks to go through. And there's me, couldn't breathe, couldn't, walk up inclines. But we went with 2 friends who were lovely. He pushed me up the hills. My wife helped me down the hills. But it ended up a good holiday. Last year, we went on another trip, a boating trip, around Croatia, which was very interesting. There was a free bar, which was even better, and we didn't have to travel far. Just up the stairs, which, again, my wife or my friend just pushed me up. There is a theme there about the free bar. The limitations with the disease, from a serious point of view, I can still cut the grass at home, but I've only got a patch about as big as this. I can walk a couple of miles on the flat with not too much problem. I can't dig the garden that much. That's where the older grandchildren come in useful. Although I can't play, one of my grandsons plays rugby, and throwing a rugby ball is, I can do it about 3 times. Just slow down a bit. I still ride a bicycle, even though it's battery assisted, but it gets me out. I enjoy gardening these days, growing all sorts of things, runner beans, tomatoes, and generally being a stay-at-home sort of fellow. I play snooker, not very well, every Tuesday night, and I volunteer in a local charity shop. By the way, in this time I also got remarried. So a lot went on in that 10 years. I'm on a drug trial at the moment, and from a personal point of view, holistic care at the GP level is not good in the UK. It's very difficult to see a physio or a mental health professional. I went to a physio once from the doctor, who just said, "What's the problem?" And I said, "Oh, it's my back." And he said, "Here's a bill. Do those exercises, come back in 3 months." About as much use as a chocolate chisel. But I will say my doctor is excellent. The biggest asset of my life is my wife, who is a great carer and listens to me when I get down. and we do get down sometimes. I try and do more than most, I guess, just to stop thinking about what you've got, because if you feel down, you think about what you've got, you feel worse. I do feel more confident living with the illness, and I'm determined to live my life to the full. My message to others who have recently been diagnosed is, don't give up. You're not alone. There is a support network out there, but you have to learn to live with the disease and find other things to do and adapt your life to them. Thank you.